Welcome to Learn with Optmyzr. I'm Nava Hopkins, and I'm here to share with you some quick insights when it comes to thinking about cross-channel reporting. One of the things that's actually very important to think about is that different channels behave in different ways. And so if you're setting your metrics and your expectations, you want to make sure that you're honoring how each channel works. Additionally, in the privacy-first world, the data sources that you use may have actually gotten in flux a little bit. So you're going to want to make sure that your sources of truth you trust and that you're connecting as much data as possible. So with that in mind, we're going to spend a little bit of time looking through our reports within the new custom template report builder, as well as taking a quick look at actually Rule Engine to signal connecting different data sources. Now, this is not going to be an in-depth tutorial video. If you want to take advantage of a full in-depth analysis, I encourage you to get in touch with the customer success team, as well as reaching out for support either through our general chat or join the Super Optmyzr group, where we are always happy to answer questions. And without any further ado, let's dive in. So the very first thing we're going to do is click that new custom template. And we're looking at a multi-account. This is going to be a multi-channel 2024. Click Create. And we're going to go ahead and add our widgets. Now, a couple of just general thoughts to think about when it comes to our metrics. When we think about Google, Google is going to have a mix of performance max and quote-unquote traditional campaigns. That means that you might have different bidding mechanisms built in. You might also have some display and video impression volumes and click-through rates that you otherwise wouldn't have in, say, a Microsoft Ads account, and then definitely for Facebook or for Amazon. So when you're setting your expectations and when you're building your reports, especially as you build the logics for them, you want to make sure that you honor what each particular channel is capable of. As a general rule of thumb, when I see a click-through rate that is below, say, 2% when it comes to a search campaign, I'm inclined to believe that there is some degree of performance max or visual media at work. When I see cost but no average bid, I'm inclined to believe that there's some video at work because of engaged views. So you want to make sure that as you're setting expectations for this beautiful integrated multi-channel world that we live in, that we set those reasonable expectations. Now, from what we can do within Optmyzr, we're going to have KPIs and a summary, performance comparison, time-wise, i.e. when did the thing happen, your top campaigns, your metric trend, and distribution by segment. But I actually encourage you to think about the analytics piece as well. And one of the reasons why this is so critical is that it's one of the sources of truth that can act as a bridge between each of your channels. Because at the end of the day, each channel has their own metrics, each channel has their own means of tracking, but whatever happens on your site that is that holder for all of the various traffic sources, that's where you can check yourself. So yes, not every brand is going to want people coming to their site versus, say, calling them directly or buying things directly off of Facebook or Amazon. But for everyone else, definitely consider building in your analytics into your reports. From what Optmyzr supports, I definitely want to draw your attention to the dimensions trend. This is a really powerful report because what it will actually let you do is see which dimensions are on the rise versus lower and which should you be following. You're the one setting which dimensions and segments you follow. And so if you're following the incorrect ones or building KPIs around the incorrect ones, this is a really great way to gain that understanding. It's worth noting that, again, we have Microsoft Ads, Facebook, and Amazon as opportunities within our reports. And the more that you connect, the more that you can build out your reports to reflect each client. As always, Optmyzr allows you to white label your reports so that your client can either know or not know that it came from the Optmyzr toolset. I do want to spend a little bit of time highlighting that sources of truth comment. So we're going to actually take a look under our optimizations and our rule engine to view and create strategies. And yes, I am willing to leave. And we're going to take a look at creating a strategy from scratch. Now, part of the reason why I wanted us to spend a little time here is two reasons. The first, you have the ability to copy winning rule strategies from one account to another. That means if you do the hard work once to create the most brilliant, amazing optimizations, you don't have to do it every time. You can borrow your brilliance from one account and apply it to others. Just as a refresher for anyone who doesn't know, Rule Engine lets you set if this, then that criteria to either optimize, report, or do both for pretty much anything you can imagine within an account. But the reason why I wanted to spend a little bit of time on the create a strategy is actually this piece right here, the custom data source. One of the things that is really critical when it comes to multi-channel optimization and reporting is that you trust your sources of truth. So it is very important that you are sharing that information of who becomes a customer, what kind of things are happening on your site, all of that, with the ad networks. So when we create that custom data source that can then be applied to multiple different rule engine rules or to different accounts, you then can go ahead and do that. We did do a video detailing in depth how to do this, but I want to spend a little bit of time just highlighting the options for this video. You can create a Google spreadsheet. You can sync with HubSpot, Zoho, Salesforce, Shopify. I strongly recommend before setting up any integration, make sure that you actually trust your source of truth and then also where you're going to apply it. So for example, when I'm doing something for Google, I know pretty seamless, HubSpot, Salesforce, Shopify, the integrations are already there. When it comes to Microsoft, I might need to go back in and actually confirm that it actually synced through and that I agree with the rules that I've set for Microsoft as opposed to, say, Google. The reason for this is that there are certain subtleties to thresholds for audiences that are true for one network but maybe not true for another, as well as spend thresholds. So all of this is to say there is a plethora of cross-channel opportunities within Optmyzr, and there's a plethora of cross-channel opportunities in the marketplace. We encourage you to chase them and to leverage Optmyzr on your path to profit and victory. If you have any questions, definitely reach out, and we thank you for investing a little bit of time with Learn with Optmyzr. Cheers. Bye.